So, who won the ABC Democratic debate that we had on Saturday? I'm going to get into that in a second. But actually, before I continue here, can we just all acknowledge the fact that this debate was on a Saturday night? Now, if you're thinking, well, hey, why would they do that? It's like nobody would watch it. That's exactly right. That was the whole point. The DNC is run by Debbie Wasserman-Schultz. Debbie Wasserman-Schultz is the former campaign co-chair of Hillary Clinton's national campaign. So she's friends with her. She's worked for her. They adore each other. And the idea that, the DNC is somehow neutral and, we're not really going to get involved and try to help anybody or endorse anybody, absolute bullshit. In fact, there was a scandal/non-scandal on Friday, or I think it was Thursday night, that broke, where they said that the firewall went down that had all the data for the DNC and Bernie Sanders' campaign and Hillary's campaign, and a staffer at Bernie Sanders' campaign looked at some of Hillary's data. Oh, no! So what happened? I mean, they must have evidence that Bernie Sanders was, in a dark lab looking at all the names, going, I will convert them to what I believe. First of all, if you're really confident in your ideas, Hillary Clinton, you shouldn't even fear that, because you could just say, my ideas are better than Bernie Sanders, so you're going to pick me no matter what, even if he does a sales pitch to you, if you will. But no, he didn't do that. They fired the guy immediately when they found out about this. So the idea that, oh my God, the firewall went down, there's been a data issue, Bernie was like, no, we fired that guy the second we learned that he looked at your data. But it's not even his campaign's fault. The firewall went down, so the company that has the firewall set up in the first place and has the server, it's their problem. And come to find out, that same company, they're big donors to Hillary Clinton. So if you don't see a conspiracy here, you're the one who has your eyes closed. You're the one who's not paying attention. Actually, I'm not being fair here. You're the one who's just ignorant. It's easy for somebody to, just state one position or another position without really digging into the details. But when you dig into the details of the story, you find out very quickly, there's some fuckery going on behind the scenes. So it was a non-scandal scandal. But having said that, the debate was on Saturday, again, on purpose to hide it because Hillary Clinton is leading and they want her, or Debbie Wasserman-Schultz and the DNC want her to win. So you don't showcase Bernie Sanders where people might actually change their minds, and they will if they listen to the ideas and the policies. So hide the debate. And what happened in the debate? Well, in my opinion, Bernie Sanders won. Now, believe you me, I try my best to put my personal bias aside when watching these things, and I hope I do that successfully. In fact, I think I said after the first debate, it was a Bernie victory, but it was a small Bernie victory. Everybody online was saying, no, it was Bernie Sanders by 1.5 miles. I said that my own take is that he won, but not by that much. Don't get too excited here. After the forum, it was a similar take I had. I'm saying the same thing this time. I'm going to get to the polls in a second. But in my opinion, he won, but it wasn't a landslide. So if you're a Bernie supporter and you're, saying, yes, we did it, and let's all relax now and go, grab a mojito. No, you can't do that. If you want him to win, you got to keep fighting because, like I said, not many people are watching the debates, and they're a lot closer than you think if you try to be as objective as humanly possible. Because while Democrats care more about substance than the Republicans do, of course, they care more about the policy issues themselves. You got to remember, Hillary Clinton already has higher name recognition. She's already a bigger celebrity. She's already the favorite by 1.5 miles, even though Bernie's made up the ground and is leading in some polls in Iowa and New Hampshire, and he's gaining ground nationally. But you have to remember that it's not like, hey, she's nothing, and don't worry about that. No, you should worry about that, and it should lead you to fight harder. So he won, but not by much, in my opinion. Now, needless to say, I don't even know why I'm bringing this up. Martin whatever the fuck his name is. There's a great tweet I retweeted the other day. It was like, Martin O'Malley Kasich, or whatever his name is, needs to drop out. He's so irrelevant. People are like, who? Is that Rick Santorum? No, that's not Rick Santorum. Who? That's John Kasich. No, it's Martin O'Malley. Yeah, distant third. too plasticky, politician-like, with the fake voice and the awkward pauses. And oh my God, every 8 seconds it was a personal story. You know, I'm so proud of my daughter, Katie. Aren't we, honey? She's my daughter. She graduated. I'm so proud of her. You know, I was talking to a Syrian grandmother in Damascus the other day, and what I found is, okay, man, all right, stop. He's just too fake for me. On policy, he's actually better than Hillary Clinton. At least what he says his policies are that he believes in. But he seems very fake to me. Now, let's get to the snap polls here. So, when you go to Slate, they have one of the biggest snap polls directly after the debate. They had Bernie winning with 86% of the vote. 86%. Okay. Hillary, 11%. O'Malley, negative 34%. I don't know how it's possible, but that's what... Okay, I'm kidding. 2%. Drudge has Bernie at 59%. They actually have O'Malley at 33%. Now, there are some progressive sites that are mocking this, and they're like, yeah, okay, Drudge, they have O'Malley beating Hillary. Nonsense. Look, in my opinion, yes, Hillary did beat O'Malley, but is it impossible for somebody to look at the debate and think O'Malley beat Hillary? No. So in my view, I think the progressive blogs are dating themselves a little bit when they write like smarmy articles mocking the Drudge poll. Do I think that among mostly right-leaning people, when they watched that, they thought O'Malley beat Hillary? Fuck yeah. Their personal bias weighs in that, sure. But do they still think that O'Malley beat Hillary? Yeah, they're not going there like nefariously, like, whoa, we'll try to vote up O'Malley so that O'Malley gets the nomination, and then whoever the Republican is will beat O'Malley. Like a far-right clown is thinking that far through their devious plot. So they have her in third at 7%, and then Time has Bernie at 84%, Hillary Clinton at 13%, O'Malley at 3%. And I believe there was a local or a state Fox poll which had Bernie Sanders winning as well by quite a bit, and there was a Wall Street Journal poll which had Bernie Sanders winning as well by quite a bit. Now, you know, people are going to come out who are believers in Hillary Clinton, and the establishment will come out and they'll downplay this. They'll say, not scientific, end of conversation, you know, look away, wait until the scientific polls come out. There's a grain of truth in that. So, and don't get me wrong, do I think the snap polls count for something? Yes, I do. They're trying to pretend like it counts for nothing. The establishment will act like Hillary won and everybody agrees. No, the snap polls disagree. So do they count for something? Yes. But is it the entire picture? No. Now, also, when the scientific polls come out, you're going to have to be very careful, because we've seen this before, where with public policy polling, who normally does a good job, there was a pro-Hillary super PAC that paid for a poll that found out Hillary won one of the last debates. Yeah, I'm not going to trust that. In the same way, I'm not going to trust ExxonMobil funding scientists who say, climate change, don't worry about it, not a big deal. So conflict of interest is a problem. But also, always look at the methodology, because in the scientific polls, there are going to be misleading headlines. Hillary wins by a landslide! And then you dive into the details and you find, oh, that's only among the people who didn't watch the debate. And oftentimes people will say, I think Hillary won when they didn't watch the debate, because the media, the establishment media, piles on afterwards saying Hillary won, even though the snap polls say opposite. So you're going to have to be careful. Look specifically at the methodology. Look, okay, did they poll millennials? Did they poll all likely voters? Did they poll nothing but Democrats? Did they include Republicans in the poll? Yada, yada. Because typically in the scientific polls, Hillary has won, to be fair, in the past few debates, but it wasn't by a mile and a half. Once you include, you know, the proper methodology and you take into account everything you should take into account. So my takeaway from this is, you know, Bernie won, not by a lot, but he won. The scientific polls are probably going to say the opposite again, that Hillary won by a little bit. The establishment is going to pile on and say Hillary won overwhelmingly, which is not true. And you just need to realize that as far as where the Sanders campaign was beforehand and where they are now, to me, it looks like they're kind of treading water and chipping away at Hillary's lead. Now, he's been doing that from day one. He had no chance at the beginning, and then everybody's like, ooh, look at this guy. Boom, people keep contributing, and he has a shot. This is what I'm trying to say, guys. Is it likely he wins? No. But does he have a shot? Yes. Don't believe the mainstream pundits. Don't believe the Hillary bots. Don't believe anybody who's Bernie said he's old. He's so old. Yeah, that's not an argument last time I checked. Ronald Reagan was pretty fucking old. He won by a landslide, or in a landslide. So he has a shot. He's got to keep chipping away here, and most importantly, his supporters need to not get lazy and need to understand the establishment is going to throw everything they have at him to try to take him down. And will you be there to answer that and to respond? Because if you're not, he's going to face plant, and it's certainly not because he's not working hard enough. It would be because the people are not working hard enough to put him on their shoulders and carry him across that finish line. So that's my overall debate breakdown here. I have Bernie winning by a little bit, Hillary a close second, O'Malley, forget him, and we'll see what happens moving forward.